Minecraft. Order of the
Order
Stone.
of the Stone.
Named for the two
They made that jump sound so crazy. I feel like keeping it like making it that epic for something so simple is not fitting. That's cool that he cut off the last part because Order of the Stone is crazy. Who did that? Are we live? I'm live. Is this thing on? What's up, guys? We're gonna be watching another video today. We got a banger today. We're gonna be watching How Minecraft Was Made by Neo. We're gonna be following suit because I was watching some videos before, not necessarily like for stream or anything, just videos I was interested in about Dispatch, and it kind of, gave me some inspiration to look into more game designing style videos and stuff that I was just chilling at. I feel like watching this one, so that's what we're gonna do. I've had it on the watch later for a minute. I was like, okay, when the vibe hits, we'll watch this one. And the vibe hit, so we're watching it. With that being said, go ahead and like it if you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and if you're not already but you like the others. And let's go ahead and get into it, yeah?
On a normal evening in 2009,
We got
a
some
man
food.
gets home from work.
We got some, oh snap. We got some popcorn, turkey, pita chips, and hummus, and all of that. We're snacking. We're chilling.
On a
Let's do
normal
it.
evening in 2009, a man gets home from work and
The
boots
volume
up his
good?
computer.
Okay.
His name is Marcus Persson, but he often goes by his screen name, Notch. Based in Stockholm, Sweden,
Why is his name
Persson
Notch?
spends his evenings developing passion projects, fun coding exercises that sometimes end up as completed video games, but more
Okay.
typically become abandoned after a short time.
No, that's real.
What he doesn't know is that the file he starts today will change the gaming industry forever. And
About
will
to change
make him
people's
one of
lives.
the wealthiest Swedes in the world.
Nah,
This
he
is
was
the
living in
making
Sweden, bro. That's how, honestly, that makes a lot of sense, bro. He probably had a good quality of life and like a good work-life balance that would allow him to, more easily make something like that, like a passion project style game.
of Minecraft. In the very beginning, the game that Persson was creating wasn't
And not for it to be like one that's like purely made for profit, like a lot of a lot of games you might see coming out from here in America. They're like, yo, we gotta eat next week. We gotta we gotta add some microtransactions, all this and this and that. I'm just like, this dude, he's straight, bro. He's fine. He can afford to make a game for game's sake.
called Minecraft. It was
Oh.
called Ruby Dung, based on the two main elements of the game, the Ruby lands and the dungeons.
It's going
The
to
dungeons?
be a fantasy group manager. You don't actually do any quests
Oops.
yourself, but rather assemble, equip, and level up heroes, and send them on quests you gotten from the local town.
We early dispatch. Whoa.
Equip.
You said you don't actually use
You
any.
don't actually do any quests yourself.
Fantasy
but
group
rather
manager.
Assemble, equip, and level up heroes, and send them on quests you gotten from the local
Early
town.
dispatch beta.
Persson created a texture atlas, which is essentially one large image file that contains lots of smaller textures.
Is that Minesweeper?
Initially, this atlas only contained two textures, grass and cobblestone. Using these elements, he created a digital landscape filled with trees. Next up, Persson wanted to implement a first-person view of the heroes going on their quests.
Person. That's funny that his name is
Quickly,
Person.
He realized that it was becoming too pixelated and blurry. Frustrated that he couldn't get all of the features just quite right, Persson scrapped the idea, not realizing that he had just created the first prototype for what would later become Minecraft. One major limitation was that he could only work on his games during the limited free time after his day job.
Makes
He
sense.
worked as a programmer at Midas Player, the Swedish game developers that would later go on to create Candy Crush. However, his bosses at Midas Player were
Never mind.
unsupportive of Persson's hobby. Once
Oh.
they discovered that he was making his own games in his free time, they
They
found
fired
that
him?
there was a competing interest, and they
Of
barred
course there
him
is.
from continuing making his own games.
Oh heck nah. That's how you.
The
Nah, I'm
person
leaving.
couldn't be stopped.
Of course
Rather
not.
than comply, he decided to quit his job in order
Yeah,
to
I'm out.
continue working on his own passion
Peace.
projects. And he found a new job with the software company J-Album, where he befriended
Okay.
the CEO, Carl Mane.
That makes sense.
J-Album was not a game studio, but a company that made digital photo album software. And Carl Mane not only didn't mind what Person did in his free time, but instead, he actively encouraged him to
He supported him?
continue designing games.
What a good friend.
At this point, Ruby Dong still sat on the shelf. A scrap project with little more development.
Ruby Dung.
That
What kind of
is
name was
until
that?
April 2009, when Person came across a new game that would change everything for him. The game was called Infiniminer. Infiniminer is a multiplayer game
Oh.
where players
And he
team up
bit.
against other players to dig blocks in search of minerals. As blocks are dug up, they can then be used.
So
to
that's where the
create
bottom
structures
part-
to
Wait, was that
impede
Mario?
other teams.
Linguini?
Though the objective of the
Linguini.
game was to mine up more minerals than your opponents, players quickly abandoned that goal and instead realized it was much more fun to just build things. But despite the game's enormous potential, its development was plagued with difficulties. Zachary Barth, the original creator of Infiniminer, had intended to create a large network of players, but with the game's code constantly being modified and rewritten, the game soon fragmented its user base as the different versions of the game weren't compatible with each other. Frustrated, Barth decided to abandon the project as a whole, and the game's code became open source.
Ah.
The first time Person tried Infiniminer,
I wonder if he paid bro
immediately
out.
had an epiphany
Like
that
a stipend.
This was the game he wanted to do.
After
And
he like
had
bit off of
lots
his shit
ideas
to
of
make
how
Minecraft.
He could make it better. He sat back down with the previously abandoned RubyDong and got to work tweaking it into the new vision he had in his head.
What's that?
Using his existing textures, Person took a full weekend to rework some of the coding and art style. He called his creation Cave Game, and with just a little
Cave
more work,
Game?
it moved from just a test to a working prototype. Now, all he needed were players, and he had a plan for where he could get some early testers.
From his old
Just a few weeks prior, Person joined an online
old place?
indie game forum
Oh, never
called
mind.
TIG Source. Here, developers can receive feedback from other
The independent
developers
game
on
forums?
games they are creating. Person began discussing with others
Person?
in the community.
This doesn't feel
quickly
real just calling him
suggested a
Person
new
now.
name for the project. Minecraft. Order of the Stone.
Order of the Stone.
Named for the two
They made that junk sound so crazy. I feel like keeping it like making it that epic for something so simple is not fitting. That's cool that he cut off the last part because Order of the Stone is crazy. That makes it sound like some like super deep like grand narrative type of game where you're gonna be following some kind of like stone civilization that just like or you're gonna like be a part of the stone civilization that is like this is our way, the way of the stone, and it's not at all like that.
you could do.
He said Order of the Stick, one of the best things on the internet. Oh, what is Order of the
Game,
Stick?
mining, and crafting, though Person would later drop the subtitle from the name.
Yeah,
He then decided that this forum would be the best place to start getting early players and have some
What is
immediate
Order of the
feedback
Stick?
for how he could continue developing the game. And so, on May 17, 2009, he shared the first link that would allow others in the forum to begin playtesting the game.
this is in 09. I think I remember this actually.
It's an alpha version, so there might be some crashes.
I'm pretty sure I like
Just 12 minutes.
played
after
with a
he
friend of
posted
mine
the
very
link,
early
the
in the
first
very
person
very early
provides
parts of
feedback.
Minecraft
Oh hell, that's pretty cool.
when it was like
I
mad
just
buggy and
dig
stuff.
around in the ground a bit and suddenly I'm in
sus.
this underground cave. Great sense of exploration already.
Just 3 minutes later, the next reply.
The animations are fantastic. It's generally really derivative at the moment of Infinimine.
Quickly, more and more people are downloading, providing feedback, and above all, praise. And
The
though
best.
the forum was made for feedback, players couldn't resist posting the things they have made. And since people were showing off screenshots of their creations, more and more people were encouraged to jump in and give it a try themselves.
Lingualini.
The community also had plenty of feedback for features that could make Minecraft even better, and
What's
Person
that?
was on it, updating his blog nearly every day with the progress he was making on adding many of the ideas presented.
I plan on having several game modes. Creative, survival, team survival, a fortress.
Though
What's
players
Fortress
were
mode?
consistently finding the gameplay addicting, in this early stage there was no way to save what they had built. There was also no way to play with
So you just
friends
had to
or
stay in
play
there.
on maps that others had created. Person would often sit down with the intention to add these commonly requested elements to Minecraft, but he would repeatedly get distracted due to the challenges of implementing multiplayer.
That
and
makes
instead
sense.
Would focus
'Cause
on
at the time-
fun.
Yeah, at the time, the multiplayer aspect would have been difficult to implement at that scale that he was working at. Because I feel like he'd have to have a lot more, like, a lot more resources, excuse me, to do it at that scale.
Features.
Okay, multiplayer was boring, but here's water.
Water?
Should Minecraft have blood? No,
Crazy.
blood is overused.
Next up was adding multiplayer, which would take quite some time, but Person was determined to get it up and running, though not without some more side projects along the way, and more challenges to overcome.
So I didn't do multiplayer code, but I had fun. Multiplayer will be in the form of a downloadable server, which will broadcast its IP to the main server.
He
when
keeps
it starts
stating the
up.
multiplayer. Honestly, I feel that. He's like, yeah, this junk kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna add something else first. I kind of feel that.
Oh, I feel stupid. Server admins could host any data they want on their servers. This means anything, including bad things. Multiplayer's starting to go good.
A host of
I've got player
viruses.
connect, disconnect going, and map streaming on login.
Nice.
With the release of multiplayer, nearly a month had passed of
The word of
constant
Notch.
updates, fine-tuning, and debugging since Minecraft was first introduced to the TIG source community. And Person realized that his passion project could be much more than just a game he was making as a hobby. If it was going to continue to grow like this, it was time to put a price tag on it and go commercial. Though today it may seem completely normal that an indie developer sells their game rather than releasing it for free, this wasn't actually the case in the late 2000s. The expected practice, rather, was to release a game
Freegames.com,
freeware and to make
freemathgames.com, or coolmathgames.com.
money through the use of ads. Person, however, came up with a different plan. Having seen how valuable the direct feedback from the forum has been, he designed his pricing to reward early adopters. And despite the warning that people wouldn't pay for such a game, sales started coming in almost immediately.
It's not that much.
Person even started seeing such a high influx in his income that his PayPal account was frozen due to suspected fraud.
Makes sense.
It was also enough that he was able to change his status from full-time to part-time at J-Album, allowing him to spend even more time on developing Minecraft.
Nice.
Month after month, Person followed the same process, listening to feedback from those who were playing, implementing more features that were commonly requested, and fixing any bugs that were reported. He also, during this time, met another person on the TIG source forum that could help him with the game's sound design.
That's good.
Daniel Rosenfeld is a musician and sound engineer, and he began to collaborate with Person to provide sound effects for Minecraft, as well as produce the iconic soundtrack that is still used to this day.
Subwoofer.
By
Lullaby.
2010, sales of Minecraft had grown to the point where Person was able to quit his part-time job with J-Album altogether, and it was clear that as Minecraft continued to expand, Person would need an actual business structure
actual
to handle
team,
the
too.
explosive growth. But since he was uninterested in actually running a business, he decided to call in some help. First was a friend and colleague from Person's old days at Midas Player,
Hey,
Jacob Porser.
hey.
Second was yet another colleague, but this time from J-Album, the former CEO, Carl Manning.
Whoa.
Together, the three would establish the
Whoa.
company that would officially back Minecraft, Mojang.
Carl?
Person was no longer working from home, but had built a small team. The game was
Nice.
still not officially finished, but it already became immensely popular amongst players. And by August of 2010, Minecraft had grown enough to catch the attention of other, much larger game developing companies, such as Valve.
Valve?
Person was invited for a meeting to the headquarters of the gaming giant in Bellevue, Washington, and he accepted the meeting halfway across the world. And while there,
Skyscanner?
Person thought he could also
I've never
meet
heard of
some
that.
Minecraft fans.
I have all day on August 31st.
Yeah, by this time, Valve was
free
actually hooping.
If you guys could organize something on the forums. And I figured we could call it Minecraft Con 2010, even if it's just 3 people sitting around in uncomfortable silence for 20 minutes.
Minecraft
During
Con.
the meeting with Valve, the company offered Person a
They
position.
just started yapping.
However, he decided to turn the offer down, as his focus was solely
It was on Minecraft. Yeah.
After these
A
negotiations,
position doing
however,
what?
Person joined a small gathering of people that had come around because of his blog post. A little more than 50 people
YouTube.
turned up to hang out in a park. A meetup that would go down as the very first Minecraft Con. And this spontaneous event would give the Mojang team an idea. By
What's
the end
that?
of 2010, Minecraft had reached over 700,000 sales. And
Dang.
yet, by this point, Minecraft
That's only
was
been a year,
still
that's not bad.
technically not a finished game. It was still in its
A beta?
phase, but Mojang's development team was close to finishing the actual release. With so much hype already built around the game, Mojang knew they needed some fanfare to go along with the game's launch. And in November 2011, they decided to host an official Minecon.
Another con.
This time, instead of an impromptu gathering of 50 people, it would be a sold-out organized event with 4,500 attendees. And
Wow.
in quintessential early 2010s fashion, this Minecraft convention had a party DJ'd by Deadmau5.
Oh, wow. Oh, this was early
All of
2010s.
this would be leading
That makes
up
sense.
to the grand finale of Minecon 2011, the official release of the game. As the Mojang team gathered on stage, Person would stand by a large blocky lever, and with one pull, Minecraft was officially launched as a
That's
finished
crazy.
project.
That's so cute.
Even though the game was now
I had a
finished, the
little
team would continue working on it, releasing updates and adding new features, even until today. But for Person himself, it was the end of a chapter. After
Okay.
2 years of continuous work on Minecraft, he was ready to move on to other projects in order to get back
What
to what he
projects?
loved doing most: coding.
Developing.
And
Wow.
so, just 2 weeks after Minecraft's official release, Person decided to step down from his position as lead developer of Minecraft.
I think I remember this.
With Jens Bergensten now at its helm, Minecraft continued to flourish.
Who is
But
this guy
Person
again?
didn't get the rest he was hoping for. Still perceived as the maker of Minecraft, players continued to send any issues they encountered to him, and he was flooded by complaints.
That's crazy. They were using his private number for support. That's crazy. They said, please, don't call me. That's real though, because at this point the game's so big that like there must be like thousands of people trying to like call him for customer support at that point.
For a long time, he would attempt to ignore the negative feedback that he could do nothing about until it finally came to a head in 2014. As the popularity of Minecraft continued exploding, an inevitable feature from players began to emerge: pay
What?
to win. Mojang
Oh.
has always allowed public servers to be created so that players around the world can play the same map together. However, this opened the door for some to take advantage and create servers where players have to spend money to gain an advantage.
Oh,
These
here we
pay-to-win
go.
services violated the end-user license agreement of Minecraft.
Here we go.
Which is why, in a controversial move, Mojang began to crack down on these servers and gave them a deadline to either adapt or to shut down.
Up the stick
Following
on him.
this statement by Mojang, there was immense negative feedback. And though Person was no longer working on Minecraft, he still received the bulk of the criticism. In frustration, he sent out a tweet on June 17, 2014 that would change the direction of Mojang forever.
What's that?
Anyone want to buy my share of Mojang so I can move on with my life? Getting hate for trying to do the right thing is not my gig.
The very next day, Mane began fielding calls from companies that wanted to know if Person was serious.
I think I remember that from
Studio
the other
giants
video.
EA, Activision, and Microsoft. And after giving it a thought, Person realized he actually was serious about selling Mojang so that he could finally distance himself completely.
Yeah, I think we saw this in the video, the other video we did, the one by Visual Venture where he was like, dark side of the Minecraft community. I think I remember this part.
After several rounds of negotiations, a deal was struck.
Mojang has confirmed it's being sold to Microsoft for $2.5 billion.
The deal with Microsoft meant that the Mojang founders, Person, Mane, and Porser, would step away completely, whereas all of their employees would be barred from layoffs. The Microsoft deal was worth a staggering $2.5 billion, and as the major shareholder of Mojang, Person had become a billionaire overnight.
Makes sense.
This is the part of the script that should have been the easiest to write. After all, it's a classic happy ending. Person had achieved the unthinkable. He turned his passion
Is that him on
project
Shark Tank?
started at home into an empire, becoming wealthier than he ever imagined.
Mm.
In the following years, Person would continue developing games, and he would do what billionaires do, moving to Los Angeles,
Buy a yacht.
buying the most expensive mansion ever built in Beverly Hills, hosting
I remember that.
extravagant parties.
Alright.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, he got lost in the
Minecraft
sauce. I
continues
forgot
to
about
thrive.
that.
With over 300 million sales, it is to this day
Woo.
the most sold video game ever.
Ever? Woo! That makes sense. That's crazy.
But yet, this is the part of the script for this video that was by far the hardest to write. In
Oh.
2017, a series of racist and homophobic tweets led to Microsoft
Here we go.
distancing itself from
Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Believing in race paper needs to be checked. Fits the literal definition. Oh, yeah.
a series of racist
Boy,
and
open his mouth.
homophobic tweets led to Microsoft distancing itself from Person. They
Mm-mm-mm.
scrubbed his name from the game and did
Yep.
not invite him
I remember
to
that.
the 10th anniversary celebration of Minecraft.
Crazy. His own game.
Person's tweets were bad.
Man was running his mouth.
Really bad. And they have
Whoa.
significantly Person's tweets
Whoa, if we were allowed to discuss IQ differences between populations, there'd be fewer conspiracy theories. He's going off. What?
were bad.
Nah, he's talking
Really
crazy.
bad. And they have significantly impacted his legacy in recent
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, he's talking crazy, bro.
For me, the hard part about writing this section is figuring out how to talk about someone's harmful comments without making things worse. In situations like this, it often feels like there are two paths someone can take.
Okay.
The easy path is the one where they double down on their harmful views, find a crowd that supports them. But then there's the hard path, acknowledging the mistakes, learning
Yep.
from them, and making an effort to change.
Yeah.
And the easier we make it for people to take this second path, the more might take it. Marcus Person's story is undeniably inspiring. There are few stories that highlight as well as this how powerful a good idea is, and how
Yeah.
much creativity can flourish within constraints as his. And more than anything, He has created a world that I've always experienced as incredibly inclusive. When is Minecraft the most fun? Is it when you open a new world, starting to build something new from scratch? Or is it when you've built an empire, and when you have an abundance of everything there is? Marcus Persson is now in that second stage of life.
Yeah.
When I first started this channel, I never could have imagined it would lead to making videos like this.
Bro was
I
on
got
yachts
to
with
hire an
strippers.
actor, build out a
Wasn't he?
set, and even rent a soundstage in order to make this story come to life.
Oh wow.
And over the course of the last years,
Was that
I've
him?
produced
Or is that
my
just a guy that
most
looks like him?
ambitious productions yet. My video series called Underexposure. Each
Is it on,
episode a unique, gripping story
Is it on Nebula?
that I believe deserves to be
Something tells me it's
highlighted.
gonna be on Nebula.
The
Yep.
series name, Underexposure, is intentional. An underexposed image is a photograph that captures too few details in the shadows. But in my series,
Is
we
the
will
video
bring
done?
these shadowy aspects to life.
I think that's the video. So we're gonna cut it there. A W video Neo. And excuse me. Shout out to everybody at Nebula, you know, making that cool new platform. That's a W right there. I think it's pretty cool. From what I've seen of it, at least. I wish it's very little, but it seems like a really positive thing. Am I gonna
This
subscribe?
video was made possible by Curiosity
Are we
Stream.
subscribing? Let's see. I think Neo makes like the same type of videos that Fern makes, right? Yeah. Yeah, we'll subscribe. But hey, that's gonna be the video. I hope y'all liked it. Let me know down below what your comments are. You enjoy Minecraft? Any game devs in the comments? Let me know down below. And yeah, go ahead and like the video. Drop a sub if you want to see more. And I'll catch you in the next one, okay? Bye.